Hey everyone, Rob from Southgate Media Group here. Before we get started with this podcast, we have a quick message. If this is your first time checking out the show, we love that you found us and we really hope you enjoy it. What we have to say is for the subscribers. If you enjoy our shows, would you please donate to help keep these going? We don't want to have to put traditional ads on these shows, but this does cost money. So we really do rely heavily on donations. To make a donation to the show, please go to our website, www.southgatemediagroup.com. Go to the page for the show, and in the upper right-hand corner is a donate button. It takes you right to PayPal, and you can donate whatever amount you want. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. And now, on with the show.
Welcome to Before the Bat, the Gotham podcast, your source for everything Gotham. I am your co-host Phil Parrish, and with me as always is Kelly.
Hey.
And Tyler.
I'm Batman.
That sound like what's his face from Big Bang Theory.
That would be me. I'd be a good old Howard.
But man, what a mid-season finale.
It was good. It was interesting. Gonna have some change-ups. I'm really looking forward to see what happens.
I mean,
I don't know.
The whole episode starts off with Bruce walking the stairwells a couple floors up.
That's rather terrifying as a parent.
What parents?
No, I'm saying as a parent, that was rather terrifying.
And Selena's like, here, let me show you how to do it right.
Yeah, exactly. Work on your core.
And then she offers him yet another kiss, and he's like, no thank you.
Yeah, what's up with Selena? Like, all hot and bothered with Bruce. She's like, you want to kiss me? Kiss me.
The rich
Kiss me!
Oh, like women aren't throwing themselves at rich guys all the time.
No, I've never heard of that, Phil. That completely.
I don't think
being a poor guy, you don't really see that. So
I don't think there's any rich guys left in America. I really don't. I don't think I've ever met one.
Well, 1% of them. And then he's like, no, thank you. I think this is what he say. He's like, I think you have an ulterior motive for wanting to kiss me. I don't think I'm your ideal partner.
Choice for a partner, yeah.
Then he tells her, you're not a nice person.
Yep, Bruce Wayne, winning the ladies over with his smart mouth and compliments.
And complete lack of tact.
You don't like me here. This is a look at my wallet. Ding! Oh, you like me now.
But then the assassins come in pretty quick.
I didn't realize that girl's supposed to be Copperhead.
Yeah, because Copperhead is usually a guy, but I think the first time they introduced Copperhead as a woman was either Arkham Origins, the video game, or Arkham City? Which one of them?
Maybe. I thought it was City.
Maybe. Yeah, it's either City or Origins, but yeah, before that in the comic books, Copperhead had always been a guy.
So
she was pretty doggone effective.
You think?
Well, you think about, her ruse.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, smearing a little bit of blood on her face and.
Yeah, I mean, and how ruthless, open him up. I was like, whoa!
Well, like Alfred said, they were trained killers.
Nope,
Yes,
it was Arkham Origins. You were right, Phil.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, and then we see Alfred, and I know Zach wanted us to throw this in, so I'll give him credit. At WolfSpirit00 on Twitter, Zach wrote, "People forget what a badass Alfred is."
Well, I like because they're doing more and more. I feel like they're going to tap into the Alfred backstory of being MI6.
Yeah, training, Bruce.
Yes.
Because, he held his own and fought. He was trying to go up against 3.
Yeah.
Well, and he got shot, and it was just a scratch,
That was awesome.
That's what he said.
I loved, well, I don't want to get too far ahead, but when he took down the person in Fish's place, and
oh, yeah.
Then he wasn't afraid, to run in with Bullock, for backup. He's like, he just runs in.
Yeah. Yeah, he was kicking butt and taking names.
Oh, yeah, when
I loved how he just fought with anything that was available.
Oh yeah.
You know, he grabbed the cane, he grabbed that, whatever was there,
That-
he just grabbed it.
That's that secret agent spy training,
Yeah.
But I love when he said he wants to go with him, and Bullock's like, oh, he's like, yeah, come on, you're pretty handy for a valet. He's like, no, sir, I'm a butler.
Yeah, there were a lot of butler remarks tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Even he even self-deprecatingly, well, if you died, there's not much place for employment for a butler.
Yeah, and even Selena was asking Bruce, what do you care about him for? He's just your butler.
Exactly.
Alfred's nobody's just butler.
That's right. He's not just anything.
But yeah, I'm just going down the list here. I have this something written down. I have all the scenes, but yeah, after the whole scene at the mansion, then we see the whole Falcone sitting down with Oswald.
Yeah, I felt like that scene was very abrupt and just kind of popped out of nowhere.
Really? He lost all that money, and you don't think he wants to find out who was responsible?
It's just the way the scene was done and directed, and the way it was cut into the episode flow.
Yeah.
Well, I think they did that for the shock value. Because,
It didn't shock me, it just kind of annoyed me, because I'm like, okay, like, he lost all that money, so of course he's going to go to Oswald first. But, I mean, Oswald even says, and he knows Fish is trying to set him up, but yet he still doesn't want to believe it.
Right.
Or that's what he's letting Oswald think, maybe.
Maybe. Too many double crossing. I can't keep up with it all.
But then Oswald's little flunky was asking him. He's like, "Well, why didn't you tell him, about what's her face? I forget her name. The chick living with Falcone. Yeah,
the Stepford wife.
yeah." And Oswald, obviously Oswald has a plan. He's like, "She's a time bomb. Just let her simmer."
Yeah. She'll give her enough rope. She'll hang herself.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. And then the next scene is Gordon going to Dent's office and be like, how the hell did the killers find out she was up there? And he's like, well, I never mentioned any names out loud.
Out loud.
Yeah.
Out loud.
Did you notice they kept going with the whole shadowing effect again?
Oh, I think I missed it this week, but
Not as prominent, though.
Not as prominent, but it was still there.
I would have liked it been a little bit more, especially later on when they're in the mayor's office.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, he looked Dent looked kind of crazy last week, but I mean this week he just seemed like a like a spineless jellyfish.
An opportunist.
Because later on when they're in the mayor's office, he says something about Dent can play ball, he knows how to play ball or whatever, and that's how
he knows how to walk the line.
Mm-hmm.
He knows where the line is.
Yeah. But then the scene after that is when Bullock and Alfred have Selena's friend in there trying to figure out where Selena's at. And what I have written down should be the name of a sitcom.
Uh-oh, what's that?
Harvey threatens, Alfred bribes.
Oh, I love that. Alfred's just like, look, I don't have time for this. Here, it's 100.
I know, and then Bullock's like, Alfred, save your money. I could just beat it out of him.
Alfred doesn't care.
When they're playing, they're sitting there playing bad cop, rich cop.
That they were.
Oh. And then the scene after that, another Falcone scene, the dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
That began with a bang and then a thud.
I was joking with Jania, like, that'd be my luck. I'd get cast like Tyler Goodman episode of Gotham, tell my whole family, and what is my job? I'm the face in the spaghetti.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did we even see that guy's face? They just saw the back of his head.
That's right, in the spaghetti.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Give thanks that you're not the dead man in the pasta.
Yeah, it is true. If you're in an Italian family, you have the giant bowl of pasta and the teeny tiny itty bitty little turkey.
Oh,
So I mean,
trust me, I know this. My wife is 100% Italian. I know the Thanksgivings now. Surprised someone wasn't face down in the pasta this Thanksgiving.
Not enough wine first, huh?
Yeah. But what did you think when Falcone was like, telling everybody he's raising, their payments and that, and then he asked Fish for her opinion. Is he trying to set Fish up to like get knocked off by somebody else?
Maybe, or he's just testing, knowing that Fish is out to get him.
Yeah.
So she's going to, of course, agree with everything he has to say.
Yeah, he's trying to test Oswald's theory.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know.
Although,
I'm like,
I mean, it's...
Falcone could die.
What's that?
Falcone could die. I mean, they said they're not opposed to taking out famous characters.
Well, and then what happens to poor Oswald?
He climbs the ladder.
He takes over and kills. He keeps climbing the ladder.
Yeah,
he swings back.
Well,
Who knows?
maybe. Or maybe he gets in trouble because everybody knows that they've been double-crossed by him,
Yeah, but unless he kills Fish first, and then after that he sets his sights on Falcone.
Yeah. So it could get really interesting.
Uh-huh.
I say we just knock off Falcone.
Yeah, I mean, he's not that... I mean, he's a known character, like, from the comic books and, like, from Batman Begins, but, I mean, if you don't read the comic books, too in depth, I'm sure a lot of people don't remember Falcone from Batman Begins. Or that was
that's pretty much where people know him from if you don't read comics.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What's the next scene, Phil?
Bruce and Selina on the street, and then Bruce making the jump.
Now that's pretty cool because it's significant and important, but once again, I don't like the way that scene's directed because they're trying to create tension for a scene that we know he's going to make it or almost make it. Like he's going to be okay. Like, it's not like he's going to slip and fall down the fire escape, breaking his legs and be put in traction.
Well, I was going to say he could break a leg. I mean,
he could, but at the same time, like he's still going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my thing with prequel. I mean, it's a good show, but that's my thing with prequels. I mean, Bruce is going to make it out.
There's certain safety nets in prequels that you cannot get around. Like,
yes, but to his credit, Bruce jumped without a safety net.
Yes, he did.
What is he, the Flying Graysons?
And then they go to the factory, that place with all the kids.
Oh, Ivy was so creepy.
Crazy Ivy. I'm okay.
Does anyone else feel like that should have been Scarecrow? I really feel like that should have been like Joanna Crane or something. That would have been cool. Like a new character, Joanna Crane, who's actually Jonathan Crane's twin sister.
Yeah, but I think they've written her in there because her father was framed for the Wayne murders and.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying, like, her whole, like, that doesn't seem like a very Ivy thing. Like, I felt a Scarecrow vibe the whole time.
Yeah.
Just very creepy, odd, or even a Jervis, somebody like that.
I felt the whole love triangle vibe there. She's gonna become obsessed with him.
Maybe when they're older, but I don't know. Doesn't she seem, I mean, she's even younger than Bruce, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I just think that she's going to have an obsession with him at some point.
Oh, you think she's going to go after Selina and be like, that's my man, and she's like, he's not my man.
I don't know about that, or that maybe she's going to start stalking Bruce or start collecting things about Bruce, you know what I'm saying? Things in the media, things, have a room full of stuff. Kind of like Cupid did on Arrow.
Yeah.
With the whole room full of stuff. I mean, she seems an obsessive personality.
Bruce is gonna end up receiving a different plant every day.
Yeah.
Alfred, do we earn this? Do we order this? I don't know. I don't even know plants.
Petunia?
Yeah.
Petunia?
Oh,
Did I get some lilies? Is this poison ivy?
Oh, Master Bruce. Do we have to have the talk again? But then we see Fish back in her club, telling her guy that I guess she's trying to turn everyone against Falcone.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no one's happy about the prices going up, so we stick with the plan. And then, and then we get that scene, and we kind of were talking about when Alfred and Bullock come to the club.
Yeah.
And Alfred's got that guy on the floor.
That was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Although Alfred seemed to sweet talk Fish too. Like,
oh yeah.
You look like an honorable woman. I'm like, really?
He knows what to say.
Oh,
Alfred's a gentleman's gentleman.
Uh-huh. And he's an actor.
He definitely knows how to do the peacock dance.
That's a weird image.
It's what they call it if you read any spy novels.
Yeah. But I love how he had the knife to the guy's throat, and then once fish comes down, he just like pulls the guy up the floor, like, "Oh, are you okay?"
Yeah. That was great. Here you go, bud.
He does have a one-track mind.
I don't know that I would trust him to help me up though. After he just hit a knife at my throat.
Oh, I know. Oh well. But then the next scene is when Gordon finds what's his face, Dick Lovecraft at the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Then the run on Wayne. Somebody's was buying up Wayne's stock. Right before their murders.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonder who that could.
And yeah, I gotta wonder who that is. And then watching poor Gordon get put in the sleeper.
I know he got taken out too.
Oh, you know what I thought when I saw that.
What?
Barbara's gone. That's Gordon's new squeeze.
Oh.
You
Oh.
you brought it up. I was gonna say why I love this episode.
No
There was no
Barbara.
Barbara. I was like, hey, this episode just got much better.
I know. Well, now.
The whole time that Dick Lovecraft scene was going on, I was like, why is he standing behind a giant window? Right when he's revealing the plot about everything to Gordon, like, I'll stand by this big window.
Yeah, no, you're either gonna get shot or they're at least gonna see you in there.
Yes. Yeah, that didn't seem that bright to me either.
And then he gets shot with Gordon's gun.
Yeah.
Which will come.
Which
Poor
I thought
Jim.
could have been a much better plot device than what they use it for.
Yeah.
But poor Jim can never catch a break.
That's his issue. That will be his ongoing battle. Is like he just cannot ever get it's a never-ending battle.
Yeah. Somebody's always out to get him. Well, for good reason, I guess, if you're a bad guy.
Well, everyone except Barbara.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the next scene when we see Bruce and Selena again, they're at that the fence.
Mm-hmm.
The fence guy, and like I saw theories online that they're like, oh, this didn't someone. I think someone wrote on us though on the Twitter after you said something, Kelly. They're like, I know this guy isn't the Joker, but isn't he giving off a Joker vibe?
Yeah, and I was like going, no, not at all.
I was like, the only vibe I'm getting off this guy is he seems like a Jack Black impersonator.
Seems like a used car salesman, the smarmy used car salesman kind of guy.
He seems like a douche.
Yeah, he seems like Jack Black playing a douche in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I was like just thinking. I thought him more like Fagin from Oliver, like he's running his little his club. I was expecting to see more kids who were stealing for him.
Yeah.
They could have made him into somebody like cool, like the Sewer King.
The Sewer King was cool?
Well, no, like I always thought he was.
He was really smelly.
Well, wasn't that his name, the Sewer King?
I think. I don't know if I think it was his name.
From the Batman the Animated Series?
Yeah.
I bet you that was a gas.
Ha ha ha.
Kelly, that joke stunk.
Yes, it did.
Oh my. But Kelly. Caught me off track.
Sorry.
That's alright. But no, then the cool stuff goes down. Copperhead's gang shows up.
Yeah.
Looking for Selena. We get the inside-outside gunfight.
And Alfred just taking off, which is awesome.
I know.
That's what Alfred's good at.
Yep.
He don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you can tell that he's personally invested in Bruce's safety. He has the most to lose.
Well, yeah,
because he feels like he's his son. Really.
He cares about him, and like Alfred said in what was that, Batman? Or no, in one of the Nolan movies, Alfred says to Bruce, because your father entrusted me with everything he held dear.
Yeah.
That was in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. But
and then Batman Begins. It's paraphrased.
Yeah. But though I think we see another real Batman moment from Bruce. So when Copperhead has the gun in his face, he doesn't blink. He doesn't beg. He doesn't look like he's afraid.
Yeah.
He could have ratted out Selena, right away, and he was like, no, I don't know where she's at.
No.
She left.
Yep. He stared her down.
Yeah, that was very, very Batman-esque.
Mm-hmm. And then finally we see Bruce and Alfred reunite. He's like, fancy meeting you here.
Yeah, I think they couldn't have hugged or anything. They're just staring at each other awkwardly. Like, Master Bruce? Alfred?
Well,
Alfred? Master Bruce?
Yeah, they eventually hugged.
Yeah. Well, and you gotta love how Bruce is, throwing his Britishisms back at him. Well, really, because, fancy meeting you here is very, very British.
Yeah, I think there was an issue with Batman. I think it might have been the Zero issue back in the 90s when they show Alfred arrive and while Bruce is still a little kid and he's like I want to learn how to talk that funny way you talk.
Yeah. He definitely is getting that down.
Well, I mean, Bruce seems all analytical because, even like we were talking about in the beginning of the episode when he's telling Selena, he's like, no, I'm not going to kiss you. I don't think I'm your ideal, I forget what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget why
your
how
ideal
he states
partner
it's
or something.
very...
He's like, and you're
It's
not...
very too...
You're not a nice person. I'm not saying you're mean, but you're not a nice person.
Yeah, his IQ
That's what every girl wants to hear. Insults.
His IQ's gotta be through the roof because I could tell you my 13-year-old doesn't think that way.
Oh yeah, well I mean, just the amount of stuff he does later on as Batman, he has to have a high IQ.
Yeah, exactly.
And then after all the fireworks, we see Gordon and Dent in the mayor's office.
I don't like the mayor.
I'm just like, where did the mayor get a backbone all of a sudden?
Yeah, does he think that Gordon, we talked about before, does he think Gordon's working for Falcone? If he does think Gordon's working for Falcone, wouldn't him be scared?
Or unless the mayor finally has a backbone because he's following someone's orders like Falcone or something. Maybe Falcone or someone told him to send Gordon to Arkham.
I don't know. I was hoping that maybe he was you have a new assignment, like an undercover assignment. You're going to Arkham. It's kind of like something in that line.
Yeah,
I'm mad at you. I think I'm going to send you to Arkham.
Well, I think he did that because of, what was it, last week when Gordon said something to him about Arkham?
Yeah.
I think he's like, well, yeah, smart guy. Well,
I'm going to send you there.
You think it's so bad up there? Go clean it up.
Yeah, every time I see the guy that plays the mayor, all I can think of is Jim Brass. Sorry. It's just kind of weird, but yeah, the mayor, he gets on my nerves really quick.
Yeah, well, then you must have cheered when Gordon was like, "Mr. Mayor, kiss my ass."
Yes.
Harvey Dent just kept sliding down his chair, like, yeah.
I know. He's like, the mayor's like, I need a scapegoat, and Harvey Dent's like, what? And the mayor's like, don't worry, Dent, it's not you.
Yeah. Harvey is just smarmy.
He needs to be Two-Face in the sense of the political type person.
Yeah.
Where we see him kind of like Gordon, no, I'm really on your side. We could both be in trouble. Like, I had to. They had to not bust me, but I'm on your side. And then Gordon's like, oh. And then Harvey is really, he's playing both angles.
Either that.
He's a very politician.
Yeah. Or
doing the Survivor Island thing.
Yeah.
Or they show him, playing multiple sides, and then they show that he actually has, multiple personalities, or at least one other personality, where maybe he's not even aware he's doing it.
Could be interesting.
Yes, insanity always is.
Well,
Speaking of crazy, what did you think of Eddie Nigma's goodbye to Gordon?
Awesome.
Goodbye. I'm gonna miss you.
Wonderfully.
I could seriously watch more of that character. I almost wish they'd bring him more in the fold and make him more prominent.
Yeah.
In every episode, and just kind of like Nigma, just one day he just kind of show his character development as he becomes compulsive with knowledge and wanting to be the smartest and outsmarting other people. He gets off knowing that he's smarter than someone else and he outsmarted somebody.
Yeah, I think in, if not the rest of this season, by next season or so, they're gonna focus more on Eddie.
it would be really fun for him to have a personal log entry where he writes his thoughts, and we could read them.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that would be good.
So cool.
But you know what else would be good if they just did one episode. If they need like a fill-in episode, just like a day in the life of Eddie Nigma.
Yeah, from his point of view.
Yeah, from the time he gets up in the morning till the time he goes to bed at night.
I think it'd be interesting to see just how OCD he is.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
And how much he lets his imagination take over. Thinking he's doing autopsies and, daydreaming about all this stuff that he thinks is going to do and bring grandeur and,
Yeah, but even like Tyler said, the OCD, like he, I could see him like, when I wash my hands, I have to rub them together 32 times or,
yes.
stuff like that.
Yes, and after I touch the body, then I'm going to do this and this and this. Yeah. Right. I have to wear this shirt today because it's my
Tuesday. It's
shirt.
a blue shirt day. Yeah.
Yes. Or he has them all labeled in his closet.
I think it'd be interesting just for fun if you did a side story of Nigma gets on. Well, he was listening to the radio, like a trivia game show or something.
Oh.
Like if he got to be a contestant on a trivia show, and then he gets the answer right, and then they say it's wrong, and then you just see him kind of freak out. It's right. I'm completely right. And they just have this huge riotous, no sir, you're wrong. No, I am right. I never did anything wrong.
Even by the end, if that happens, and then he kills the game show host, and he has to hide the body so nobody discovers it was him.
Something that really just, have fun with him, but start hitting more on his obsession for knowledge.
Or have him try out as a game show host.
Put him on Jeopardy.
That's what I was thinking, a Jeopardy type show. Could be fun.
Yeah. Okay. And then the scene after this, Tyler, I've been waiting to discuss this with you. When Selena brings back most of Bruce's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and except she said she's going to keep that silver box.
Yeah.
Did you see, I don't know if it was on Facebook or Twitter, someone was saying that, does that look, on the top of the box, did that look like an owl?
That's what I said. The logo, it was like a crest, and I was like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, could it be? And I'm always joking about it, but at the same time, I'm like, why are we not incorporating this into the story? It's so easy to incorporate into the story.
I could see that as a season 2 story. You had to set up Falcone and all the mobsters, but I mean, if the viewers think there's enough chaos now, introduce a group that's been behind the scenes in Gotham for 200 years or something, running things
since it was founded. And I was wondering, when she revealed what she was returning, I was kind of like, is any of that the stuff that she took that time she snuck in there? Because we still don't know what she took.
Well,
she took a box.
Yeah, she took the silver box that time, but I don't know if she took anything else at that point.
Okay.
Yeah. But go back to what the Lovecraft said.
Exactly.
He said
with
that
the
he
stock,
wasn't.
somebody was.
Yeah.
He wasn't the first one. Somebody was doing that, and then you said about the mayor, not being afraid of Falcone.
Somebody was way bigger. Somebody was way bigger pulling the strings. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, it'd be so easy. Like you said, have them hinted at, and then they're working more stuff in the background.
Yeah, you could do, how many episodes without actually showing, the guys in charge. I mean,
especially if you're going to bring in Haley Circus, you could hint at it then too.
Yeah, because they were using that as a training ground, and then like even this episode, instead of Copperhead, they could have sent a Talon.
Exactly. That's when they first said assassins. Before I saw the trailer, I was like, the court maybe, but no, it was Copperhead. Just throw it in there.
Yeah, because even in the comic books, didn't they say that Bruce first heard that rhyme or whatever, the Legend of the Court of Owls when he was a kid?
Yes,
it would work perfectly.
Alfred's dad was hunted by a Talon. And
owls eat snakes.
True. Penguins eat fish. Owls eat snakes.
And I think, what is this? This is at least the second week in a row. I don't think anyone got cobblepotted.
Nope, I was sad. I was getting mad.
Ladies and gentlemen, show Tyler Patrick your love, and let's get hashtag cobblepotted going on Twitter.
Yes.
Get it trending, people. Cobblepotted.
I'm like, he's setting up for the ultimate cobblepot when he takes out Fish or her little female flunky.
Fish in a pot?
I like fish on the grill, but whatever. Baked, fried.
Tanked.
So that final scene of Gordon having to be a security guard at Arkham. How do you go from being a detective to a security guard?
Well, you piss off the mayor.
But even then, it's like, I'm not going to fire you. I'm going to reassign you from being a real cop to being a security guard.
Well, that's what he told
the
Bullock.
corrections.
Well, that's what he told Bullock. He said, he said it was either they want me to quit, so it was either this or quit.
He pretty much is quitting. You're going to be a security guard.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if technically he still has a badge. I mean, if he quit, he would be nothing.
Yeah,
He would be
I
nothing.
mean,
He wouldn't be in the system at all, even at that low level.
Here in our prisons, they do still have badges and stuff, so he would still be on the police force, like the people who are here at our jails and prisons.
Well,
They're still on the force, but
that's technically I guess so. I'm thinking jails, but I mean this is Arkham. It's not technically a max prison. It's supposed to be.
Well, not yet.
Mental institute. Yeah, not yet. I mean, Arkham eventually becomes the asylum of a prison.
Right.
But I think that's interesting that, Gordon's going to learn everything about Arkham. So later on, he'll have all that information.
We'll see what happens. Find out today on Gordon's new job.
And bye-bye, Barbara.
Yeah, please. We can keep her out of the show for a while. As long as she just shows up. She shows up at the very last episode. Gordon, I had a child. This is your daughter. Then she gets shot in the head.
No, as much as everyone doesn't want it, she's going to turn up eventually like a bad two-headed penny.
Oh.
Ha ha ha.
Sorry, Tyler. Jeez.
She can show up and then just disappear again.
Tyler, tell us how you really feel about Barbara.
She's annoying.
No, don't hold back.
She's very annoying.
I mean, the actor seems like a great actress, but that they've done nothing with that character.
They don't know how to write the character. That's the problem. It's a show that's already flooded with too many characters, and they just someone's going to suffer.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Do you think it's just a matter of too many characters?
Game of bats. Yes.
Too many fish in
but
a pot?
even then, you know how to pace, and discern characters, because I don't know. I just feel like they throw Eddie in for like one or two lines, and we love it, and he's done so well. But Barbara gets like a small scene, and we're like, "Is it over yet?"
Yeah, but most of the time it's like, okay, Gordon left the apartment, so we don't have to deal with her anymore this episode.
Yeah, he steps outside, walks back in. There she is.
Okay, here's a question I was thinking about. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. So if she left Gordon, didn't he say that's her apartment?
Yes.
Yeah. Thought that too.
That's weird.
But she's wealthy, though. She's independently wealthy.
Yeah, that's fine. But, I mean, wouldn't she more than likely say, you know what, I don't want to be with you anymore, get out, or just, change the locks or something so he couldn't get back in or whatever?
Well, I mean, a lot of people, depending if you're in a big city, a lot of people pay a year or two in advance, and they want to keep their place because they're hard to get.
That's true.
So...
Plus, he would know where she was if she did that. I don't think she wants him to know where she's at.
Right, exactly. So she's got to have a place to keep her stuff.
Yeah. Why? Why? Last we've seen her, she's just naked with Montoya.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she's got stuff she wants to keep, so,
Not Gordon.
No, but furniture and,
What?
If I was Gordon, I'd just put Barbara in Arkham now.
We know, Tyler.
Put her in a straitjacket. But this is what happens when you leave me.
Yes, but we need her to breed, Tyler.
Yep, I know. Don't worry, I could write that into the story easily.
I'm afraid you could.
I don't think they have maternity straitjackets.
Oh. That was just sad.
Yeah, but true.
Alright, well, do we have anything else?
Okay, we'll do our overall episode out of 5. What do you got, Kelly?
I would say we got no Barbara, we got kick butt Alfred, and we got some funness. So I would say I would give this one probably a 4.
Ooh. I'm thinking I like the Alfred stuff. I like the Bruce and Selena stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, Gordon stuff was good, what little we got of it. I like Alfred's interaction with Bullock and Fish. And best of all, Tyler, no Barbara. So I'm giving this episode 4.5 batarangs.
Well, I don't mean to jump on the train here, but you know what?
Choo-choo.
I'm going to jump on this train. I too will give it a 4.5 because I loved Alfred. I feel like, first of all, he's a character that we haven't really got much more than like a line or two and then a little bit of a scene in the scene. We actually got a lot of character development from Alfred and Bruce. I loved Harvey, as always, and Bullock, should I say. Now we have 2 Harveys.
Yes.
Gordon, I felt like got a little bit more of a back play in this, but it still moved forward, and Fish was on the down bottom. And no Barbara.
At the bottom of the aquarium, if you will.
Yeah, so no Barbara. The only reason this episode doesn't get a 5 is no one got cobblepotted and not enough penguin.
Mm-hmm.
Or not enough Nigma either, really.
There's never enough Nigma. That's his thing. just enough to tease you. Like, huh.
I could see that bumper sticker on the back of Tyler's car. Give me more Nigma.
They'd be like, you want more puzzles?
No, not
Puzzles.
Enigma. Nigma. Alright, so is that it then?
I believe so.
Alright, well, before we do our social media, we'll do the social media for the show. Everyone, please let us know your thoughts on the season finale, our bad sense of humors, and we'll have some treats for you over the break, so if any ideas or anything you want to hear us chat about, our email is beforethebat@gmail.com, Facebook, Before the Bat, the Gotham Podcast, Twitter is @BeforeTheBatPod, Instagram, BeforeTheBat_FlashArrowPod, and Tumblr is BeforeTheBat/FlashArrowPod, and my personal Twitter is @NightwingPDP, and Kelly?
You can find me at SuperSquint, that's SuperSquint on Twitter, and Tumblr, and Instagram, and you can also read my Flash reviews at voiceoftv.com. And be sure to listen to me on a couple other podcasts, and all the Southgate podcasts because they're awesome. But you can also hear me on Queen Consolidated and Flashpoint.
All right, Tyler.
And you can find me at JTYPatrick on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that fun stuff. And let's talk some DC. Let's talk some Southgate and. Let's hate on Fish together.
Well, what about that other
Or Barbara.
What about that other wonderful podcast you're on?
Oh, that other wonderful podcast. Do you mean the Flash Arrow podcast with Phil?
Yes.
Hey, wow.
And that other dude.
And that other guy. What's his name?
Zach.
Is that right?
Zach. I don't know.
The crazy guy.
We're kidding, Zach. We love you.
Yeah, we're joking totally. You can find me on Channel 52 with Lilith at times, and you can find me at Flash Arrow with Phil and Zach.
And please make sure when you go and listen to our podcast, make sure to please download them.
Yes.
So those count, and please rate and review on iTunes.
Yes, all
please.
These wonderful shows and many more on SouthgateMediaGroup.com.
Anything you'd like to hear or us discuss, or any of your own theories and fan reaction to stuff, please send it on down the line.
Yeah, like I said, we'll be doing some specials over the break. So, but if there's something specifically you want to see, let us know. Is that it?
Think so.
All right. You know what we got to say.
Same bad time,
same bad channel.
The Gotham Podcast.